that's where we are at the end of chapter 16. Grandmother is injured. They're in the woods, and he has just talked to the deer really clearly so that the deer is, it's pretty clear that he can talk to animals. So his friends haven't said anything to him yet, but they watched him do it. Also today, everybody has the new feature of being able to put a background on. I understand that it's a new feature and you want to play with it, and I'm going to be patient with it for a day or so. But then if it becomes a distraction, after a couple of days of like discovering what it does and how you can change the background, then hopefully you'll quit playing with it so much. And if it becomes a distraction, I can turn that feature off. So I don't want to have to turn it off because I think it's fun to change the background too, but just make sure that's not distracting you from your work, from your classwork. Okay. So
I don't have a background.
well, Eli, you should try it out. Check out the virtual backgrounds because they are working now.
No,
You have to go to the settings.
It says virtual background has turned off by your admin.
Well, I haven't turned it off, but they said you have to go to the Zoom settings. Okay, here we go. Chapter 17. Abuela's hurt? I asked Chela. Where is she? The woods just past your house, not far, she replies, turning around and taking off down the trail. Hurry! I run after Chela, my heart pounding and my feet sliding on the rocky hills. I don't notice Maria Carmen and Talib running behind me until I hear Maria Carmen shout, Nestor, where are you going? What happened? I can't answer her now. I have to find Abuela. I have to help her. Spotting Abuela's house in the distance, I search the woods. There's a mesquite bush that looks like a wrecking ball hit it. The branch of cedar tree lies smashed on the ground. A cactus has been slashed to ribbons, long claw marks scarring its flesh. Chela skids behind a tree and says, Here, Nestor. She's here. Running to where Chela is standing, I spot Abuela on the ground, her back against a twisting live oak tree. Scratched in the bark above her are 3 long, jagged lines. Her chest heaves slowly as she struggles to breathe. A small trickle of blood snakes down her forehead and into her eye. Abuela! I can hardly hear my own voice over my heartbeat pounding in my ears. Abuela lifts her hand slowly out to me. Ay, mi niño, you found me. That's good. I still wonder if she can talk to animals. Let's see. Her voice trails off and her eyelids slowly droop. My throat tightens as I crouch next to her and put my hands on her shoulders. Oh my gosh, Senora Lopez, Maria Carmen says behind me. She crouches on either side and brushes Abuela's hair from her forehead. Abuela winces. Ese maldito raton. She lets loose a string of curses that makes Maria Carmen and I blush. Talib stands behind us, oblivious to Abuela's verbal assault. Is she okay? He asks. I don't know, I tell him. Abuela's cheeks are flushed red. A nasty gash crosses her forehead. She's holding her left arm and flinches when I touch it. Abuela draws in a deep breath. Gracias, gracias, mi amiguita. I knew you would find him. I realize Abuela is talking to Chela, who's standing behind us. Abuela, can you understand her too? Abuela sighs and lifts her hand to my cheek. Mi niño, I knew you had it. I always knew you had it. My chin quivers as I cover Abuela's hand with my own. Senora Lopez, do you think you can stand up? Maria Carmen asks. Abuela nods and Talib, Maria Carmen, and I gather around to help her. We make slow progress to the house, Abuela leaning on Talib's shoulders as Maria Carmen kicks rocks and branches out of our way. The back door of the house hangs open. And in the kitchen, a chair is overturned. One of the legs snapped from the seat. Abuela's sewing machine lies smashed next to it, and a pair of Mom's light green scrubs, torn to pieces, is scattered on the kitchen floor. We pass through the living room and slowly lower Abuela onto the couch. There's a first aid kit upstairs in the bathroom, I tell Maria Carmen. Can you get it? She runs up the stairs as I get a wet cloth from the kitchen. I press it to Abuela's forehead, and she inhales quickly. Celia, ¿dónde está Celia? Talib looks around the living room. Who's Celia? Celia. I hold Abuela's hand. What are you talking about, Abuela? An orange tabby cat meanders from underneath the coffee table, and I jump. I didn't think Abuela had a cat. Is she okay? The cat asks. I think so, I respond. Did you see what happened? Maria Carmen comes down from the bathroom and hands me the first aid kit. Talib leans over to her and whispers, "First Nestor was talking to a deer, and now he's talking to this cat. Can somebody explain what's going on?" I wipe the blood from Abuela's forehead and examine the cut. It's not very deep, but it runs the length of her hairline. Something took a swipe at her. Something with claws, which is weird because snakes don't have claws. "Is she going to be okay?" Maria Carmen asked. "Do you think we need to take her to the hospital?" "I know no hospital. Your mommy is there," Abuela says. "If she worries, your papi worries." I have to agree with Abuela. Telling Dad his mother got attacked in the woods would definitely violate Mom's always be positive, always be happy rule. "I'll just put some Viva Poru on it." A small smile creeps from the corner of Abuela's mouth. "Abuela, you're not putting Vicks Vapor Rub on a cut." I can't help but roll my eyes at Abuela's complete faith in dubious Cuban remedies. The orange tabby cat rubs against my leg, her purring numbing my tense muscles. "Your grandma always treats me nice with leftover croquetas and the best guava slices. All the other neighbors around here just ignore the stray cat. So I tried to help her. I tried to stop the Wolverine, but it was too quick." "A Wolverine in the house?" "I came through the back door while your Abuela and I were watching novelas." The cat nudges Abuela's hand and Abuela scratches her furry head. "I miss Celia, always looking out for me," Abuela says. Maria Carmen crouches next to Abuela. She cleans Abuela's cut with the wet cloth and puts antibacterial cream on it. My hands are still shaking too much to be useful. Talib hands a bandage to Maria Carmen. "Nestor, I'm assuming when all this is over, you're going to explain how you're talking to animals, right?" I lower my head. Abuela chuckles from the couch. "Es bendecido igual como yo." "I'm blessed?" I asked Abuela. Being able to talk to and hear animals never really felt like a blessing. Suddenly everything begins to make sense. I think back to the times I heard Abuela arguing with somebody who wasn't there. The whole time it's been this stray cat rubbing against my leg. I remember Dad's animal encyclopedia with weird notes next to his drawing. Mommy says squirrels tell the best knock-knock jokes. According to Mommy, hedgehogs think prairie dogs are obnoxious. There's only one way Abuela could have known those things. Maria Carmen secures a bandage to Abuela's forehead and Abuela smiles. "Sí, mi niño. When your papi couldn't hear them, I thought maybe it was just me, but you, I knew you were just like me." Tears well up in my eyes as Abuela squeezes my hand. Maria Carmen clears her throat. "Señor Lopez, what did the Wolverine want?" Abuela sighs. "Ese estúpido ratón." I think it means stupid rat. Anybody speak Spanish and know?
Rat means, or rat in Spanish, I think it's like rata or something. I don't know. I forgot. We were doing a Spanish thing and I kind of remember rat. I think it was like rata or something.
Talib chuckles behind me. I got to write these down. "She was angry that you three destroyed her traps, that I've been helping animals get away from her. She was so angry," Abuela says, touching the bandage on her forehead and closing her eyes. "Do you know what she wants? What she is?" I ask. Abuela sits up on the couch and Maria Carmen sets 2 pillows next to her to lean on. "She's like a tule vieja, I think." "A tule what?" Talib asks. "Tule vieja, a witch. When I was little, my papi would tell me ghost stories, monster stories, any kind of scary story. Mommy hated it because sometimes they gave me nightmares, but I loved it. I remember papi telling me the story of the Tule Vieja from Panama. She was a woman who had the legs of a hawk, the wings of a bat, and the face of an old witch. I was convinced the rooster that lived in our backyard was a Tule Vieja after it tried to bite my thumb off." Abuela shifts her weight on the couch and draws in a slow breath. "Ay, but this one is different. A Tule Vieja just looks like different animals. She can't completely turn into an animal. This one's trying to take the animal's power." "How does she do that?" Maria Carmen asks. "She bites them." Talib swallows hard. I think about all the animals that have gone missing without a single trace, a single piece of evidence. I can't help but wonder if the Tule Vieja is doing more than just biting them. I think when she came here, she didn't realize what Nestor and I could do, that we could use our ability to help the animals escape her. Her plan is harder with us here. What's her plan, I ask? The eclipse, Abuela says, her breathing slowing and her shoulders sagging. If she wants to turn into an animal, she has to bite them during the eclipse. Anybody remember what an eclipse is? It's when the sun and the moon get into line with the between the earth. So like there's the sun, the moon between the earth and the sun, or there's a lunar eclipse and there's a solar eclipse. So it's either the earth's shadow on the sun or it's the moon getting between the earth and the sun. And it's when the light goes real strange. Let's see. Right now, she can only turn into a snake, a wolverine, and a spider. Those are probably the animals she bit during another eclipse. Talib's head snaps up. Excuse me, a spider? So the eclipse will help her or something, I ask. Yes, if she bites an animal during the eclipse, she'll be able to turn into that animal. She'll be even more powerful. How do you know all this, Abuela? I ask. Abuela taps her temple with a shaking finger. When all that stomping around in the woods, you see things, more things than you wanted to see. She takes a deep breath and stretches her back, groaning. And La Estúpida talks to herself, all this going on and on about the eclipse. Enough tonteria to make animals want to disappear all on their own. Tonteria, foolishness. Maria Carmen covers her mouth to hide her smile. Abuela sighs. I help her lie down on the couch again. Her eyelids close, and soon her breath comes in rhythmic waves. Maria Carmen, Talib, and I head into the kitchen. I straighten the fallen chair, finding the snap leg under the table and attempt to fix it. Maria Carmen set Abuela's sewing machine back on the table and throws away the shredded pieces of Mom's scrubs. Gripping the chair, I look at Maria Carmen and Talib. So I guess you guys think I'm super weird now. Talib comes over to me and slaps me on the shoulder. Oh no, we thought that way before now. Who else knows more about the military than our history teacher and carries a compass to walk 3 blocks? Maria Carmen chuckles, but seriously, Nestor, you can really talk to animals and they talk back to you? I shrug, not wanting to look them in the eye. Yeah, I guess. Maria Carmen crosses her arms. Prove it. How do we know you aren't just making up what the cat and the deer said? I scuff my foot on the tile floor and look at Maria Carmen. The glint in her eye makes me smirk. Well, let's just say a certain raven told me that sometimes you stop at the skate park on your way home, and when you think no one's watching, you belt out Selena songs, complete with dance moves. Maria Carmen, cheeks flush red, and Talib cackles next to her. And you, I say, pointing to him. The smile disappears from his face. That same raven has peeked in your window and seen that you still sleep with a stuffed llama. Hey, don't make fun of Mr. Fuzz Buns, Talib says, hands on hips. Okay, that's awesome, Maria Carmen says. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's really annoying. Really? Talib asked. Yeah, I had lice in the 1st grade. Hundreds of voices yelling at me all at once. Worst weekend ever, I say, shaking my head. Talib slams me on the back and laughs. We walk back to the living room and I peek over the back of the couch at Abuela, my Abuela, who was strong enough to start over in a new country all by herself, whose laughter fills up every corner of the kitchen as she makes the best Cuban food I've ever tasted. My Abuela, who dances to Celia Cruz while she tells me the latest episode of her favorite telenovela. My Abuela, who can talk to animals, sinks her head further into the pillow and sleeps. Dun, da, 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 chapter 18. We are almost there. All right, my friends, I'm going to go check and see how many of you have submitted your stories to me and submitted your ideas for your Artistic Expression Week. Take a deep breath right now. Push yourself to go do something artistic. Make a drawing, create a sculpture, do a dance, sing a song. I'll see you at 2 o'clock. Okay? We'll do something fun.
Photography.
What's that?
Photography.
Photography would be awesome. Yeah. Amoy, you look so cozy.
Where do I turn in my essay at?
8:05. Language Arts 8:05.
Okay.
Okay? Bye, sweetie.
Bye.
Halame, can you stay on for a minute, Halame, after the other folks leave, or else we can go to a breakout room. Let's go to a breakout room, Halame.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I'm actually, so would the piano be art?
Yeah, if you learn like a new song or something. Are you learning piano?
Kinda.
Okay.
Not really.
Not really? Well, you could learn some. That would be
Wait,
great.
is anyone went to a breakout room yet?
No, I'm just doing a breakout room for me. Okay. Bye. I'll see you guys
well then-
later. Okay. Hi, Alme. I just wanted to check in. How are you?
Good.
I noticed you've been doing even more math. You did 2 more assignments. Nice job. Did you do it your own choice, or did your mom have to push you to do it?
My mom had to remind me.
Okay, but just reminded you. How is that unit going? Is it making a lot of sense? Or is it hard? You're getting really good scores. So maybe you can go ahead and finish. I think there's only 2 lessons left that you haven't done. And then tomorrow we're taking that end of unit test. So maybe you could do one more of those and try the end of unit test, see how it goes. You know, what I'm seeing, Halame, is you're actually a really good mathematician, because this isn't easy to start on fractions. But the neat thing about math is you don't really have to do it in order. It's all kind of like learning to read or write, where you can learn a little bit each time you're exposed to an idea. So I'm just super impressed. Good job. I wondered what you wanted to do about our meeting together. Since you've been doing math, I didn't know if you wanted to keep meeting and try to read another book. I didn't make it to Flex to find any double books for us to read. Or if you wanted to do something else, like we could keep working. Did you ever go back and work some more on your, remember the cartoon you were making of the girl in the cave with the cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we could work on that, or we could, so math, writing, we could do a science unit, or we could just read together. What would you like to do? Or we could do a play. I've got a lot of scripts. Reading, okay, a book together. Okay. Well, we're limited by what we can find online. What do you usually read, books that are online, or do you read books that you have at your house?
I usually read online.
Do you? Do you use Sora or do you use Epic more? I haven't actually.
don't use neither of those.
Oh, what do you read on? Where do you find books?
Well, it's like
Multiple sources.
things.
Well, do you have something that you're interested in reading that you could share a link with me? Or do you want to look for something that you want to read together?
I want to look.
Okay. Will you maybe meet me? I think we had set up that you were going to meet me on A days at 1:30. So maybe if you find something, we could even meet today at 1:30. What do you think? Or since we've already talked today, we can just meet the next A day. Will that work?
Maybe.
So today's Tuesday, so that would be Thursday. Okay, well, think about it and either send me a link by email or I'll meet you on Thursday at 1:30. Okay?
Okay.
How did you like the snow? Did you go out in it at all?
No.
Do you not like the cold?
I actually like the cold.
Oh, you do? Did you enjoy it? Like today, it's actually been snowing all day at my house. I love just looking out at it.
I didn't look outside yet.
Oh, look outside and see what's going on, because at my house, it's snowing right now. It's not that cold out either, so it's kind of a surprise. Is it snowing at your house?
There's no snow
Oh,
where
it's not?
I'm in.
Huh. Well, maybe it'll snow later. It's been snowing almost all day at my house. I've been sitting by the window looking at it. All righty. Well, why did you not go outside then? During the snow?
Because I didn't feel like I needed to.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you liked the cold.
Yeah, but it's already cold in my house.
Oh, it's cold inside?
Yeah.
Okay. I loved going out in the snow, but I love it. I love the whiteness of it. Makes me feel more cheerful to be out in the light. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We are going to have an in-person next week on Friday. So I know I talked to you about that before, maybe trying to come, and you don't have to interact with the other kids. You could kind of just sit in the back and watch what's going on, or sit in the library or hang out. Or I'd also be happy to come into Flex another day and meet with you again. I also noticed, you know, that the big report after you went up to OHSU, I noticed one of the suggestions is that you work with another student in class. And I know you have a good friend that you love to talk to. So I was just wondering if you'd be open to having another student join us in a breakout room and read sometime.
Who?
Or if that doesn't feel comfortable.
I'm not sure.
Like, I've got a student who's really into these. I can't even remember what they're called. They're websites that are like alternate realities. Do you know what I'm talking about? She would know what they're called. Mila goes to these. She kind of likes dark themes. So like she studied hell, and she's she's into that sort of thing. She likes to wear she has black collars with spikes and things like that. She's really cool. Anyway, so Mila might be willing to like meet with us online, and just you could leave your camera off and everything. You don't have to have it on, and we could just talk.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you let me know if you ever want to try that, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. So look for something for us to read together, and then I will watch for an email from you, or I will meet you on Thursday. Okay?
Okay.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Did you wait, Hame, did you see the AE Flex assignment this week of creating something, doing something artistic? Or not?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
Let me show you where it is, so you can just take a look and see if you're interested in it. So you know how every 3 weeks we take a week and do something kind of different. So if you look on the calendar today, if the calendar will open, you'll see that this week, it's the last day of February today. It has this AE Day 1, this red assignment on the bottom of the calendar. And when you click on it, it takes you to this and talks a little bit about it, and has a link right here to a project ideas and a website. And if you go to that, it's got all sorts of ideas for visual and performance arts, watercolors, learning to dance, drawing, tactile art, songwriting, sculpture, book sculptures, photography, creative writing, acting, and anything else you can think of that you think would be a great way to express yourself artistically. Why don't you take a look at that assignment and see if you can find something you'd like to work on for the next 4 days. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Have a good day. I'm going to close this out. I'll be back on it too.